515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Salutes to everyone. Christopher Phillips in early salutes to you, my man. Good to see you. Salutes to all the savages. We're going to connect the show in just a second. Again, 515-602-9639. Call in. The lines are hot, and we're going to get to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So please be patient, but we're going to get to everybody tonight. So hold on one second, folks. I'm going to connect the lines and get right back to you. Hold on.
Blog Talk Radio.
What's going on, folks? It's your boy Long Beach Joe, and I am back at it again. You know what I'm saying? I'm back at it again, and it's time to talk Jets. We have a lot to discuss. You know, New York Jets tight end position. We're going to be speaking about that tonight. We're going to talk about all the options that the Jets have in free agency and so forth. We're also going to be talking about some pressure on Joe Douglas. You know what I mean? We're going to be talking about that as well. There's a lot of people in the fan base that feel like, hey, if Joe Douglas does not get to the New York Jets to the playoffs, if he doesn't put a roster together that makes the playoffs next year, there could be some heat on him. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that that's what I'm hearing from a couple of people in the fan base. We're going to be hearing about that. Also, we had Sean Payton, has stepped away from the Saints. He's going to go on about his business. We'll see what his future holds. But I want to talk about Robert Saleh as well tonight. You know what I'm saying? And how happy I am, how excited I am that he's our head coach for the New York Jets here, and how great of a job we did with hiring him. So we're going to be discussing a lot of things tonight. Again, call in 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're going to get to it all. But listen, first, I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. So without further ado, folks, let's go ahead and get into the show. I am fired up. I'm fired up. All right. Your boy is on iTunes as well. The Long Beach Joe Show on iTunes. Go over there, subscribe to the show. Leave me some feedback. You know what I'm saying? I love hearing from you folks. Love hearing from what you think about the show, all that stuff. I love that stuff. So please leave your boy some feedback. Give me a 5-star rating. Let me know how you feel about the show. I'm also on Twitter as well. YoungJ000. Again, YoungJ000. It's my personal account. You can also go to my show's account at The Long Beach Joe. You know what I'm saying? Follow that account as well. Talk to me. I talk back. I love talking football. I love going back and forth with folks about everything, man. Some people even want to talk to me about life. I'll give you a little tidbit here and there about life. I don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Also, if you want to see this handsome face, for those of you that, just listen on Blog Talk or listen to me through iTunes, if you want to see me, you want to see your boy, you want to feel my essence, come on over to YouTube, okay? That's where we live stream the radio show. Come on over to YouTube, Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube, all right? Subscribe, hit that notification bell, so when I post content, you folks will be in the know, all right? Give the videos a thumbs up. You'll be able to check out all that stuff. All of the content we post there, my live radio shows, all that stuff. You guys will be in the know if you do that, all right? Salutes to all the savages is there as well. Venom G's, Christopher Phillips, all y'all, man. Salutes to all the savages watching. I call my audience the savages. Why? Because they're savage, all right? Nobody's safe around here. They get after everybody, even me. So here we are after a wonderful weekend of games in the playoffs. I mean, wow. The playoffs couldn't this weekend of the playoffs couldn't have been any better. I mean, it was phenomenal. Phenomenal stuff. We watched so many great games. I'll tell you what, that Chiefs Bills game was unbelievable. Completely unbelievable. Just scoring match back and forth. People were going off left and right. It was insane. What a week. What a weekend of games. So many good ones. We saw Brady get his exit out the playoffs. That's always good to see. We saw the Bills get their exit, even though Josh Allen played well. You know, they're a division rival. That's good to see. Bengals take a W. Niners take a W. You know. But then you look at other things that's going on around the league as well. You look at what's going on with Sean Payton and the Saints. Sean Payton has now stepped away from the Saints. This is a guy that's won a ton of games out there. Man, I think it was like 152 wins. Super Bowl champion, won a ton of NFC South titles. I think he has like 7. Bunch of top offenses, top 5 offense, I think 11 times. He's had a top 10 offense a bunch of times too. Made the playoffs a bunch of times. This is a guy that has done a lot for the Saints. A lot. Now he's going to step away. I want to salute him for everything that he's done in the league. I want to salute him for everything he's done. But then I look at the New York Jets, and I was talking to Jets fans recently, and I was saying, hey, listen, Sean Payton done phenomenal things. We look at a lot of these other coaches around the league, but I'm excited about our head coach as well. I'm excited about some of the things that we're doing here, the future of the New York Jets being led by Robert Saleh. This is a guy that ever since we got him here, he has infused energy into this franchise. He's a guy that we saw at the start of the season. Again, he brought in Mike LaFleur. He brought in Albridge. They had a new staff in here. They were plugging and playing guys. Even throughout this season, throughout the injuries that we saw, he was able to plug and play guys and get some of the best stuff that he could possibly get out of those players. You look at the injuries that we had at safety, they plug and played a lot of safety, pulled guys off the street and was able to get wins and W's. Big wins against the Bengals, big wins against the Titans. Big win, almost got a big win against the Bucks. Playing competitively down the stretch, even when, we didn't really have anything to play for. You still saw guys give their all to this head coach. I'm excited. I'm excited about the future of the New York Jets, and I'm excited that he's our leader. I wanted to put that out there because I went back and forth with a lot of Jets fans about him and just everything that he brings to the table. I'm excited about Robert Saleh going into the future. But again, I want to salute Sean Payton for everything that he's done in this league. This guy, I'm telling you, is the tops. And when you look at, again, there's other head coaching openings. Now you put that into there. All right. You put the Saints into the pile of, teams that are looking for head coaches out there. Saints, Bears, Giants, Vikings, Raiders, Jaguars looking for a coach, Dolphins looking for a coach, Broncos looking for a coach, Texans got a coach. I'll tell you what, guys, we got our guy, though. I'm saying we got our guy. That's all I can say about that. We definitely got our guy. So, again, salute to Sean Payton and everything that he's done with the Saints. I really, really like him as everything that he's done in this league, really like him as a head coach, and I wish him nothing but the best in the future. Now you look at the New York Jets tight end position. Big questions there. Big questions there. Lot to discuss, man. You look at what's going on with Zach Wilson. We're looking to hurry up and, continue to have him grow, continue to have him get better in this football league. We've got to give him weapons. We got to give him some reliable weapons that he can constantly go to. And I think addressing the tight end position this offseason, whether it be the draft or free agency, I think is going to be huge for the New York Jets. We know that we have Croft, Brown, Griffin, Wesco, Yeboah. Croft is going to be, a free agent upcoming. We'll see if we bring him back. So is Daniel Brown as well. You got Ryan Griffin, still here. Wesco still here. Yeboah. You look at this tight end position and you say, hey, where's the guy? Where's the explosive playmaking? And I don't think it's necessarily there. I think we need to look elsewhere. We need to look into free agency, and those names start to come up. Dalton Schultz. That's a name that constantly comes up as well. People are extremely excited about him. This is a guy that had 808 yards, I think, this year. I think he had 8 touchdowns. He's going to be a free agent. Maybe he's a guy that we grab. Look, I know a lot of people are overlooking Mike Gesicki. I don't know why. I watch him rip us up every year. Here's a guy that could be going to free agency as well. I know that there's a lot of Jets fans that have always had a love affair with Zach Ertz. He's a guy that could end up being, in that market too. So there's a lot of options for the New York Jets to pick and grab a guy and bring him into the fold so that he can be a playmaker for the Jets. There's also a guy like Kenny Yeboah. Maybe he's a guy that we bring into a little bit more into the fold. Maybe next year he steps up and he becomes a better tight end for us. Maybe he becomes a playmaker here too. There's quite a bit of options. Even if you look at the draft, there's some guys in the draft. Everyone's screaming Trey McBride. I'm telling you, this dude could be there. He could end up being there when it's time for us to draft, let me tell you. Guy from Colorado State, he's making plays, all right? He could end up coming out here and making plays for us as well, too. So we're going to discuss that again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're talking about Robert Saleh. Are you excited about the future with Robert Saleh? What are your thoughts about him as a head coach? I want to talk to people about the tight end position. I also want to get your thoughts on, do you believe there's pressure on Joe Douglas? I know that there's some people that do believe that there's quite a bit of pressure on Joe Douglas to make the New York Jets team a playoff contender next season. So we're going to get into it. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. I am taking all callers. Please give the stream a thumbs up if you have not already. Also share the stream as well. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. It helps the stream. You know what I'm saying? And again, share it. Pass it along. Let your family and friends know about what's going on over here. So we're going to get to the callers. First, I'm going to my guy, Colin. I'm going directly to him. Salutes to you, Colin. I want to thank you for calling in tonight. Listen, Colin, it's time to talk about it, man. I want to start first off with Robert Saleh. We know that there's other, teams out there looking for head coaches now. I'm so glad that the New York Jets handled business last year, got rid of Gase, and brought this guy in here. Give me your thoughts about Saleh and the future with him. Are you excited with him as a New York Jets head coach?
First of all, good evening, Joe.
Salute to you.
Yeah, listen, I mean, we I'm not gonna say I'm like overexcited right now, because he was a rookie head coach last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I think with all the pieces and with the the draft, all the draft positions we have this year,
mm-hmm.
I think this is going to be the actual year where we need to either going to be excited or we may not be excited. So I think this is the year for me that I want to feel some excitement. I didn't feel it last year. So this year I'm looking forward to, seeing Robert Saleh coach, in his second year and, capitalize on some of the mistakes, he made as a rookie head coach, right? Everyone's going to make mistakes in their rookie year. So, this is the year for me to be excited about the quarterback, the team in general, the coaches, everything. This is going to be it for me.
Okay. So when you look at the New York Jets,
yeah.
when you talk about excitement, I heard you talk about Zach Wilson as well, all the things that he brings to the table. I'm hyped for him too. And one thing I think we need to do is really focus on offense this offseason, really ensure that we put him in a position to succeed. And I think a big part of that is going to be addressing the tight end position. When you look at the tight end position, do you think it needs to be just completely blown up and revamped, or do you want to add pieces? I mean, how do you want to handle the situation there at tight end? Colin? Oh, we might have lost him. We might have lost Colin there. Okay. So listen, hopefully Colin is able to get back in. But again, 515-602-9639, 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're continuing to take callers. Next, I'm going to my guy, 973. 973, we're coming directly to you.
I'll pay back in 10 minutes.
Salutes to you, my friend. I want to thank you for calling in tonight. Listen, We're talking tight ends tonight. Give me your thoughts about the New York Jets tight end position.
Well, tight ends, I think you need a little bit of work. But I do want to commend you on Robert Saleh. Yes, he did. We did a better job. Most people thought we weren't going to win more than like one game this year. Mm-hmm. So he has really stepped us up. And if we can get the right tight end, I think we can do better than we have been. Most people expect us to only win 2 games this year, and it would be, just to tank the whole year. Mm-hmm. We did better than what most people thought. If we can get the right tight end as well as a good running back, hey, we're in business.
Yeah. Yeah.
As for our general manager, well, yeah. I don't think he can take us to a playoff team right away. We gotta go. Can't really go from 2-14 to 4-13 all the way up to say 13-4. Probably not going to happen. If we're great, wonderful. Mm-hmm. But I don't see it happening just yet. I think we'll improve. I think we'll improve year by year with the right coaching, the right picks in the draft. Running backs, tight ends, et cetera. So we have to get. It's like getting pieces to a puzzle, and everything has to fit in place. Mm-hmm. We just can't put all. It's like you're trying to put a round peg in a square hole. It doesn't work. Yeah. It doesn't work that way. You have to do it piece by piece. Mm-hmm. I know I'm sounding simplistic, but that's how it generally works.
Yeah, yeah. So for you, like you said as well. So for you, it's like, hey, he doesn't have to make us a playoff team this year, but you're looking for maybe next year or maybe 2 years from now, us being a solid contender, a playoff team. I respect that take. I'm not here to bash anybody. Again, I've gone back and forth with a lot of fans that are saying, hey, if we're not a playoff contender next year, then the seat should really get hot for him. And I'm kind of on the same page as you, where it's like, wait a second. When you look at what he took over here, when you look at a lot of the issues that we had, cap issues, you look at a lot of the players that we had here, he was getting rid of guys. He had to make trades, like getting rid of guys like Jamal Adams, completely having to revamp the roster from a horrific rebuild under the Maccagnan, Bowles, and Adam Gase era. I think it's a little bit, too early to try to say, hey, he needs to be a playoff contender next season. I think we need to make an improvement next season. I think you need to see a better team out there. I think we need to take a step forward. But I'm not looking at the situation going, we need to be a playoff contender. We have to be in the mix. We have to be in the hunt next season. I just want to see us be able to step up and be in the running. That's what I'm saying. Be in the running and look, even more competitive than we did this season. Because again, there's still a lot of pieces missing as well, like you spoke to as well. We still have issues along the offensive line. We're still looking for more explosive playmakers. You look at us defensively, there's a lot of holes there as well. A lot of people question our cornerback position. There's questions at safety. We're still looking for a pass rusher, even though Carl Lawson's coming back. He's coming back off a torn Achilles. So we got to see where he's going to be at within that mix as well. Is he going to be the same guy that we thought we were getting when we signed him? If he's not, then we're still out there looking for a pass rusher. Who's going to be the guy or guys to step up to fill that role? Because up until this point, we haven't had him. So there is a lot of questions, but again, we have a lot of capital. We have cap money, and we also have a lot of capital in the draft to also address these issues. And he set us up very nicely. 2 first-round picks didn't come out of midair. Those were changes that Joe Douglas made. Those were trades that he made to ensure that we be set up within this situation. So I agree with you there. Now, when you look at this tight end position, going back to it, I'm saying to myself, I look at free agency and I'm seeing some guys out there that I think could really come in here and make an impact. When you look at the free agency class, that could be Dalton Schultz is a guy that his name is ringing. I'm talking about ringing. Give me your thoughts about the New York Jets bringing him in. Is he a guy that you'd like to go after?
Well, it could be. I don't have anybody in particular in mind. We just need to get a good tight end player. Just anybody, because that's where we're lacking in the defensive department, as I said, and that's what we need to work on.
Yeah,
offense is fine, but our defense, which has been for the past couple of years, has been, of course, ultimate trash.
Yeah.
We're looking to clean it up.
Yeah, we definitely got to clean it up, man. We definitely got to.
So, trash.
Yeah, my last question before I let you go is, say the Jets forego taking a tight end in free agency. What are your thoughts about him taking him in the draft? Would you be okay with the Jets taking a tight end at 10 in the draft? Would you be all right with that?
I'd be happy with taking any tight end in any position. don't always try to go for the top pick, because what we see in the past few years, every time we get a good top draft pick, whether it's a quarterback or a running back or whatever, you know how they've been turning out. Awful. I mean, look, Zach, okay, preseason was fine. When he got into the first game of the season, horrible. Same thing we had with our previous quarterback, which has been a dumpster fire now for Carolina.
Oh.
You're probably still seeing Ghost anyway. So,
but
don't try to go overboard and don't try to think that the top pick is going to be the best, because usually it isn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's other guys as well that we've taken in the first round that has worked out. You look at Vera Tucker, who we actually moved up to take. That was a phenomenal pick for us as well. We see how he's turned out at guard. Zach Wilson had a rough start, but we also saw some progression as well throughout the rest of the season. There's been other first-round picks as well that have worked out for Joe Douglas. But I think, again, the tight end position, him addressing that, I think is going to be huge for our offense and what we do. So, I think that's big for Joe Douglas. I think he needs to address it, whether it be in free agency or the draft. But I'll tell you what, there's options to be had out there. So, again, I want to thank him for calling in. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is number. Call in. I am taking all callers. Next, I'm going to my guy, Aiden. Aiden, salutes to you. I want to thank you for calling in, my friend. You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard from you in a little bit. Give me your thoughts, my friend, about Robert Saleh. How are you feeling about him after this season? Jets head coach. What are your thoughts about the New York Jets rolling into the future with this guy? Are you excited with him at the helm for the New York Jets future?
Long Beach Joe, my brother, what is up?
What's going on, bro? What's going on?
All right, man. Good to talk to you.
It was good to speak to you.
Here's how I feel about Robert Saleh, right? He's a rookie coach. So for a rookie coach, if I had to kind of grade him on a rookie curve, I'd say about a B minus. I don't feel like he messed up with any management. I don't feel like he messed up with even some of his personnel. I'm happy that he got rid of Mike LaFleur and brought in Mike LaBouffe. All right, there's a difference between LaFleur and LaBouffe. Okay, there's a difference. Okay, because my man LaFleur for the first 4 games looking like Adam Gase 2.0.
Yeah.
I was like, here we go again.
Yeah, talk.
Then he said, nah, bro, you cannot babysit the kid. Go up to the booth. Then we start getting hook and ladders. We get reverse passes. It's a fun offense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for that, I'm excited. It seems like we're competent after almost a decade of Todd Bowles, who was pretty much a zombie on the field. I mean, good DC, but as a head coach, he's just not CEO material. And Adam Gase was a train wreck. We all saw that coming from a mile away. We hoped for the best, but we knew that was a Titanic waiting to crash into an iceberg to begin with.
That's a fact.
So am I excited about Robert Saleh? Yes, I am. Now, with that being said, I just need a couple of tweaks from him. Just a couple of tweaks, okay? Which is starting from the front on, right? I feel like what he's trying to get in his front four is an attack-style defense. Get up the field, get up the field 3 yards, come hella high water, right?
Yep.
But I feel like you can't do that on rundowns, especially with some of the guys you've got, right? So you got Foley, right? Foley, a 320-pound man. You tell him to go up full bore, right, at a running back, right? So either you splatter him like a bug on a windshield, or you miss him and you have huge gaping holes, or you get the hell trapped out of you, which happens to him a whole lot.
Yep.
Now I feel like in his defense, he took a step back, and not because of Foley, because I think Foley can still ball. It's him trying to appease Saleh. He wasn't trying to go up the field. I think you should on first down, second down, right? Let Foley and Quentin Williams do what they do, what they did well in Greg Williams' defense, which was they locked out the defensive lineman, peeked to see who the running back was, shedded their lineman, and tackled guys in the backfield. All right, you're not leaving all these huge gaps. 300-pound men are not made to go straight up the field on first and second down. It's like two ships passing the night. The running back goes one way, and you're going the other way, and then you got these huge holes. Second, when you talk about the linebackers, man, I think C.J. Mosley is a beast.
Yeah.
I feel like he can cover. I feel like Quincy Williams is fast. That was a great find from Joe Douglas, right? He can cover. But I think when you drop off, they play these linebackers, in my opinion, way too deep. So we getting killed on screens. We getting killed on little tight end pop passes. So Mosley, who has the athleticism to go and almost play like that Tampa 2 coverage where that middle linebacker is almost going back like a free safety. It looks good until they dump it off, and then no one's there, and Mosley's like 15 yards down the field, and you're asking him now to tackle someone in open field, 15 yards away. So, I feel like these dump ball screens to the tight ends and the backs, if he just gives it more to a match zone principle, which is, hey, he comes my way, boom, he's my man, I'm going to lock him down. We can't cover grass for 15 yards. That's not fair, right? So I think those two adjustments, and then in the D-back, right, Bryce Hall's a beast, bro. Bryce Hall's our best guy. Let him travel with their best guy.
Yeah.
So, like, we got Echols who Echols, hey, for a six-round, right, for a six-round dude, he performed. But he should not be on Diggs. And when you see that the Bills, I'm thinking about the last game, they keep picking on him. They kept having Diggs on Echols. That's what the matchup is.
Yeah.
Put your best on best. We don't have the personnel yet, all right? So Bryce Hall is probably a good number 2, but for us, he's our number 1. Or if you're going to do how Bill Belichick does, where you put Bryce Hall on their number 2 guy, and then you have a safety that helps Echols and double teams Diggs. Mm-hmm. So that's what Belichick has been great at. He says, yo, I'm going to take away your number 1 guy. I'm going to take away your number guy with my number 2 and the safety over top. And I'm going to have my number 2 beat up on your my number 1 cornerback beat up on your number 2. Beat me with something else. Beat me left-handed. Yeah. So those are things that come with experience.
Yeah, I hear you.
But I feel like Saleh has some competency.
Yeah, and again, I want to thank you because you're bringing some great points and a lot of fire. I think a lot of the issues this year, though, was personnel. I honestly, and I tell people this all the time. I watch the Niners. I think we have some of the pieces that it would take to run the Niners defense, because that's literally what we're running. I think we have some of the pieces,
Absolutely.
but we don't have enough, right? I think he's very concerned we're getting burned, and I think that's why he has guys playing so far off back, because we don't have a pass rush. See, with the Niners, you got Bosa, you got Warner, you got all these guys. You're not really concerned because it's like, dude, I'll just send I'll send my dogs at you, and we gonna get you. We gonna get you, dog. Like either you gonna get hit, right? We gonna bring the smoke to you. You gonna get hit, so you gonna get touched, or we gonna sack you. So either you got 1 second to make a decision, which is probably gonna be a really dumb decision, and we gonna pick it off, or you're gonna be down on the ground screaming because you're gonna be hit. You're gonna be hurt. We sacked you. We don't have that, dude. We don't have that, eh? We really don't. When you look at John Franklin Myers, we paid him.
We had it on paper.
Yeah, we had it on paper. Yeah. And again, the guy we signed in free agency. Yeah, Lawson, Carl Lawson. We signed him in free agency. Look, I think he's gonna be solid. But again, he's coming back off a torn Achilles. You got to wonder, okay, what is he actually going to look like, right? Because, again, a lot of people, and again, I knock on wood because we got to know this is the Jets. A lot of people come back from those type of issues and they don't look the same, okay? So that's why I think it's so important for us to address pass rusher in this draft as well. Get not 1, not 2, maybe 3 guys so that you can flood the field with those guys and allow them to run and cause major issues defensively, cause major issues for the opposing offense. Okay, you just got to block these guys. Now, whether we go out
to the church, boy. Now you preaching to the church.
I try to, I don't want to go too far because again, we got a lot to talk about in the offseason. But there's so many guys, whether it be in free agency, which again, free agent pass rushers that you're gonna pay out your nose. I don't care even if they're bottom tier, pass rushers in free agency. You're gonna pay out your nose. So I kind of want to speak against that, but at the same time,
you gotta double up in the draft, bro.
Yeah, the draft. That's what I'm saying. The draft is coming,
too expensive.
And we got so much capital we must attack there. So I hear what you're saying, and I'm right there with you. But we gotta get the personnel to run a lot of the things that I think he wants to run. Truthfully, I never thought him coming in.
When people say we gotta draft Kyle Hamilton at 4.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
Draft Kyle Hamilton at 4. What are we doing, bro? Are we sending him on blitzes? That's not what Saleh does. That's not what Saleh does, bro. Get on board.
Yeah.
Get on board.
Yeah.
The Jamal Adams sending him every day because every down because we don't have a pass rush. That is over.
Yep.
We got 3 pass rushes that we can get to in a draft, right? So if we whiff on Hutchinson, all right, that sucks. If we whiff on K, that sucks. And I gotta be honest, I'm not so sure if Thibodeau is a fit. He's 250. He's a little light in the behind.
Okay.
He's a little light in the behind. I mean, hey, call it what you will. He's quick, but again, I mean, sheesh, when these NFL guys with their technique get their hands on you, it's over.
Yeah.
I kind of like the Greek Freak. I really do. His hands, his motor, his size, I feel like is a better fit. So it's either for me, it's him and Hutchinson is 1 and 2. I know people want to flame me for it, but I feel like Thibodeau is more of a 3-4 outside linebacker. He would have been good for us 2 years ago when Greg Williams was at the post. But in my opinion, not right now.
Yeah. Well, I hear you, but I don't know if Hutch is going to be there. Yeah, I don't know if Hutch is going to be there when we're drafting. I think him and Thibodeau will be gone.
I doubt it. I doubt it. The Detroit Lions, he's a Michigan kid. Detroit Lions is taking that all day.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless someone gets stupid and wants to get a quarterback, which is, says the Jets a wink, wink, nudge, nudge, coaching the Senior Bowl. What I would do is I make the quarterbacks shine. So someone gets stupid and think, oh, man, this guy's a jewel. Okay, that's what you got to do. You got to play chess out here.
Yeah.
You got to pump up. I'm pumping up Matt Corral. I said, oh, Jesse, we should flood Twitter. Matt Corral is the next coming of Jesus on cleats. Let's get it done. Okay? Matt Corral, number 1 draft pick. Let's do it.
Yeah, do what you got to do.
Campaign.
Yeah, do what you got to do. Listen, if I'm on the Jets staff, I'm talking up all the quarterbacks. I'm talking, oh, man, this kid has an arm. Oh, not just an arm, but I'm telling you, off the field, he's unbelievable. He works for charities. He's a choir boy. He just loves it all. He just loves football. He sleeps, eats, and drinks football.
He turns water into wine.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Are you kidding me? He turns water into wine. I can't do wrong.
Yes. So my next question for you, because again, you bring in the heat, man. When you look at this Jets football team, you look at the tight end position, dude, what are you doing with it? Are you a guy that would rather see the New York Jets address the tight end position in free agency, or do you want to see us go after somebody in the draft? I mean, what is your preference there?
Man, we got money and we got draft picks. Why not do both? Why not do both?
Okay.
Who's the guy from the Cowboys everyone's talking about?
Dalton Schultz. Mike Gesicki is out there.
So we got
David
Schultz,
Njoku.
We got Njoku. We got Gesicki. Right. I mean, God damn it. I mean, throw a stone and hit one and let's go. It's better than what we got. And then in the draft, you got Trey McBride. You got Charlie Kolar from Iowa State. Sam Porter from Iowa. He went back to school, but I mean, Iowa is tight end U.
Yeah.
So I felt like he's gonna. And then we got Jeremy Ruckert from Ohio State, who actually wants to be a Jet.
Yeah.
So he's gonna come hungry. He's gonna come biting tires.
Yeah.
I mean, so get to it, and you pair with Yeboah, who when he did get his limited playing time, I felt like he did all right. He went across the middle, took a couple of shots. He looked athletic. He didn't look like he didn't belong. So we got a 3-ring circus. If you want to throw in Wesco, who can block and punish people, now we're cooking with gas. Now we got something.
Would you be interested in the New York Jets?
Actually,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Zach thrived with 12 receivers, right? Winning jump balls in college.
Yep. And
a big tight end down the team. I think his tight end was 6'6", but he didn't move like Trey McBride. He didn't move like Njoku. He didn't move like Schultz. So, I mean, I feel like we are primed and leveraged to give this kid some weapons to undo the malpractice that we did with Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
All right. If this kid's gonna fail, let it be because of him. Let it be because his footwork ain't right. Let it be because he can't get out of his own head.
Yeah.
I feel like we gotta give him every opportunity to succeed. So we know what we got. I feel like we still don't know what the ceiling is with him. Is it what we saw in Tennessee, or is it what we saw against the Saints? Will the real Zach Wilson please stand up?
Now listen, and again, you bring in heat. So before I let you go, this is my final question for you, man, because a lot of people are talking about, hey, yeah, go out there, bring a guy in free agency. We all know that Joe Douglas, we've seen him kind of whiff on free agents in the past, whether it be him being cheap or whether guys being going elsewhere. Now, again, and this is why I talked about Sulla earlier in this program, I think that's going to be huge to attract free agents here. But for you, what are selling points? If you're a general manager, what are your selling points to bring a player in as a free agent to convince him to want to be a New York Jet? What are you pointing to say, hey, look, this is what we got here that is going to be special. We just need you.
Damn it, man, you got me on that one. But if it's not the bag, I can't say come because Zach Wilson's going to throw you an accurate ball. I can't say that because his QB average is like under 60% or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you see it though. You see it there, and you see when he had his weapons, he was kind of doing his thing. He was kind of getting a rapport with Elijah Moore. He was getting a rapport with Corey Davis.
Mm-hmm.
He had the most dropped balls in all the NFL. So I mean, you could say, hey, we have an up and coming kid, and we ready to throw, and we ready to back up the Brinks truck for you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like how you get through this to your family. You know what? You make it here in New York Media, you guaranteed a job. You know what I'm saying? When you retire, you and your kids' are gonna be all right. So I'm not so sure if you can sell the targets right now because we're still in our fetal stage. But you can sell New York.
Yep.
All right. If you make it here, you can make it anywhere. You want to be a broadcaster? Boom, here you go. You want to know what they doing on Wall Street? You a stone's throw away. I'll put some of my Johnson & Johnson money behind it. You know. So I think that's what you do. You talk about what they can do after the career because hey, the average football career is 4 years. So hey, I'm gonna throw the bag at you and I'm gonna take care of you hereafter.
Hey, that's my best speech, man. Can we give this man a hand? I love this right here. Yeah, A knows what he's talking about.
Give it, baby.
He knows what he's talking about.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, baby.
All right, not too much, dude. I don't pay y'all for all of that. All right, I pay y'all for the early claps. No, don't keep clapping. All right? Don't equal more dollars around here. Listen, hey, you brought the fire right there. That is exactly something that you could sell as a general manager. You could bring up Keyshawn Johnson, Rex Ryan, Mark Sanchez. The list goes on and on and on of Jets that have transferred. Damian Woody, former Jet as well, transferred over into media and are continuing to make that bag after their career. You know, you sell everything. You sell the big picture.
He was a backup and he's making that bag.
Yes. Listen, hey, I got to get back to these calls, man. Salutes to you. I want to thank you for calling in. Listen, next time I have a show, hey, I want to hear from you, bro. I don't hear from you enough, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Can you call in more often?
Appreciate you, Joe.
That's all I'm saying. Can you call in more often? All right.
I'm gonna try my best, man. I'm working like a Hebrew slave out here, man. Take it easy.
All right. You have a good one, eh? Listen, we're getting to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We are taking all callers. We're talking about a lot of things Jets. We're talking about the Jets tight end position tonight. We got to address it. So we're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, please give the stream a thumbs up. Also, subscribe if you have not subscribed if you're on YouTube. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, y'all be in the know. If you want to give to the stream, okay? Super Chat's there. If you don't want to hit the Super Chat, you want to hit me in a Cash App, that's on the screen as well. Anything that you give to the platform is greatly appreciated. So we're going to continue with the calls again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Next, I'm going to my guy, Chris. Chris, I'm coming directly to you. Venom, Steve, Colin, hold on. We'll get to you guys next. I'm going directly to Chris, man. This guy knows what he's talking about. Salutes to you, Chris. I want to thank you for calling in tonight. Listen, Chris, we are talking Jets football. We're talking free agency. We're talking a lot about Joe Douglas as well. There's been a lot of pressure on Joe Douglas from some Jets fans. They're saying, hey, the Jets need to be playoff contenders by next year or the heat under Joe Douglas's seat is going to turn up. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think that the Jets necessarily have a playoff mandate. I think that we drafted a rookie quarterback, and I believe that there needs to be strides of him being elite. I don't think there's a playoff mandate because the team takes it like 3 years ago. The average Jet fan wants to see a good quarterback. Yeah. I mean, to expect a total transformation from 4 to 12, four wins, until competing for the Super Bowl, that's unrealistic. I think people want a good team that goes out there and competes every day, plays hard, and not make mental errors and stupid mistakes.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm right there with you. I've gone back and forth with a lot of people, and some, again, are screaming, hey, he needs to make us a playoff contender. I'm like, whoa. You need to remember the situation that he walked into. The guy's first year here, he wasn't even able to get a draft and a free agency. He got fired after Mike McCagnon made those decisions for the future, or he got hired after Mike McCagnon got fired for making those decisions. I mean, come on. Even the way he was hired was backwards. There were some issues coming in here, but he's able to clean things up. Go ahead. Yeah.
I just think that it was at some. Look, I'm hard on Joe Douglas because of that draft with Mekhi Becton. But there's a couple of guys like the cornerback from the Cowboys and the receiver from the Pittsburgh Steelers that pretty much we all was like, hey man, when they were trading back in the second round, we saw these guys dropping. Yeah. And we would say he's trading back. So, you know, are we looking at him differently if we go 5, if we only win one game? Yeah, but I think this draft is important. I think that, you know, that's, you know, one of my calls in tonight. I'll be regularly calling because of, you know, my feeling about this draft. And, you know, I think that there's a real opportunity here to take a leap step forward in the Jets as far as this franchise is concerned. You know, this is very important offseason.
Yeah, it definitely is. So when you look at the offseason, because you're talking about it already, I'm looking at the Jets tight end position, and I'm like, hey, it's got to be addressed. We've got to give Zach Wilson more weapons. We've got to give him people that he could be able to get the ball to. What are your thoughts about the Jets tight end position? And is there a free agent? Because there's been a lot of names thrown around. Mike Gesicki, Dalton Schultz, David Njoku.
No.
Out of those guys, who are your favorite guys?
I mean, out of the tight ends that are available, pretty much Njoku is a disappointment. You know, if you look at whether he came from as Miami, maybe that was injuries, maybe it was the scheme that he was in. But he was I mean, if you look at you were comparing him to the guy that the Atlanta drafted.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, for me, it's all about drafting. It's all about bringing these young guys in here that are athletic, that can block. I like Trayvon Wesco. I really like him. But we need to use our draft capital for the tight end position. And please hear me out, Joe. I know a lot of you guys are talking about, especially the last call, started talking about pass rushers, and they talking about, you know, linebacker positions, and they talking about that. You have a better success rate of getting those kind of players in the free agency if you pay for them. Okay, as far as a pass rusher, as far as we need a tight end. We needed tight end since Mark Sanchez, since Geno Smith. We need an elite offense. Mm-hmm. The defense, I understand what people say, but we've had elite defenses. We've had two of the best cornerbacks. We've had safeties. We had the best tight end in the Jets history. What we call Johnny Mitchell and Dustin Keller, and then Mark Sanchez had Jeff Cumberland. I mean, what did Geno Smith have? He had nothing that's brutal. Mm-hmm. No short things, no easy reads. If you look at Patrick Mahomes, where did he go? Tight end. How did Josh Allen get so great? The tight end position. And people wonder, wow, these guys got great, and Brian Daboll. No, they got some tight ends, right? Mm-hmm. We got two good tight end positions, right? And then they got a good wide receiver. Look at Mac Jones. Look at Lamar Jackson. I mean, I'm screaming for two good tight ends. I'm screaming for them. Everyone's screaming for quarterbacks and all. Maybe the first round, Thibodeau's kind of good, you know, but the second round and the 10th pick, the 34th pick, and the 38th gotta be offense. We got to see what Zach Wilson is about. Yeah. We can't go into year 3 asking who this guy is, man.
Yeah.
The rookie contract is ticking. The time bomb is ticking. I'm very you know, it's for me as a Jet fan for a long time. I'm constantly listening to the callers. I'm like, we need pass rushers, we need cornerbacks, and we had Darrelle Revis, man. We still didn't win. We had Darrelle Revis, the greatest cornerback in the history of football, and we still didn't win.
Okay, look.
So obviously that has to be changed.
Yeah, no, Chris, listen, I hear you, and I understand the frustration. I get it. You know, again, I also listen to all the fans as well. I'm a fan myself. I understand the need for pass rusher, but I hear you. We do need to continue to address weapons. We do need to continue to address the New York Jets offense because, like you said as well, the crown jewel here is Zach Wilson. We need to put everything in front of this kid just like other franchises have done, just like the Bills did, right? They built up around Josh Allen. Look where he is right now, right? He's there because they put the pieces around him, and the coaching also helped him to be successful. And I think we have the coaching here to do that.
Right.
We love Booth LaFleur. That guy's amazing. But we got to continue to put pieces around him.
Right.
And I hear you out there as well. Getting a tight end would be a big help to this. So my question for you is this. When you look at the capital that we have, because we got those 2 first-rounders, are you a guy that wants to see us take a tight end at 10?
No, I don't think we should take a tight end at 10, but I think we should trade the picks that we have since we have so many needs at skilled positions for pass rushers, if you're saying 2 or 3 good pass rushers, I think we're in a prime position to trade back. I think it's nothing wrong with moving from 4 to 9 and moving back from 10 to 20, getting 2 extra second round picks, filling a safety, filling 2 tight end positions, filling a wide receiver position, and filling, a linebacker position that we have. Because remember, there's good players. Don't we watch the draft every year and we say, man, I can't believe that guy slipped to the second round. We need to, if we have 5 or 6 picks in the second round, we're good. So that's 6 good players. This is the team game. Depth is very important. So what, we have 2 blue chip players. We need depth. If anything this year can prove is the Jets need depth. They need 1 through 52 to be decent players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm a proponent of trading back from all these picks, the Jets moving down to 9, and then moving down to 8, and then moving down to 18, and possibly them moving down again to get the amount of players that they need to create the team, supplemented with free agency. Because a lot of these guys are good in college, but let's be honest, even if you got Derek Stingley, you got Sauce Gardner, they're not going to come in and shut down Mike Evans or Stephon Diggs. They're rookies. They take a long time and 3-year period to go. The best players that, if you're going to really find out what Zach Wilson's about, is offensive talent. We've seen the running backs. We've seen the offense. You can really find out what an offensive player is as far as the defense. Now, there's the exceptions. Like, there's some exceptions as far as defense, but usually these players have to learn the scheme and everything. But offenses, either you have it or you don't. So I think the Jets should really focus on the offensive side of the ball, finding out what Zach Wilson is, and build the defense through free agency. That's the best thing I can do. Through skilled position players.
Yeah.
Tom Brady has 3 good tight ends. 3. Not 1, he has 3. and there's a reason why he has that.
Yeah.
3 good tight ends.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Matt Stafford. Everybody, the resurrection of Matt Stafford. Every year we said this guy can't do anything. Tyler Higbee's there. Suddenly this guy can play.
Yeah. Listen, Chris. Let me give you a hand. You bringing the heat. I give him a hand. Listen, I respect your takes, Chris. Listen, my last question before I let you go, because you've been bringing the heat. Yep. You talk about free agency, addressing stuff in free agency. If you're the New York Jets GM, what is your selling point to bring players in? What are you going to tell them to get them to want to come be a New York Jet?
Well, obviously, the cap space. Obviously we have the most resources to pay people, but listen, I think Robert Saleh is a respected coach around the league. I think people like to play for, especially a minority coach. So I think you have, and that may not be the selling point, because there may be other teams that have that and have a winning thing. But I think Robert Saleh, being a player's coach, being able to sit down with his players to get the best of them, I think he's a good seller of a program, and I think that people will play for him. So I don't think we have to sell the Jets. You got to sell the coach, and I think that most people like Robert Saleh. I think that was a good pick for this part of the bringing the free agents. This is where we'll find out if, honestly, because I think there was a better choice from a schematics point in terms of what it is, but I think from a selling point of the team and the players and the free agents that you bring in, I think Robert Saleh can attract those free agents, but we'll see. But again, money talks,
Yeah.
Anything.
You talking,
money
Chris?
Talks, man.
Listen, Chris, I want to thank you for calling in tonight, my friend. You have yourself a good one, all right?
Yep.
All right, listen.
Thanks, brother.
Listen, Chris calling in, salutes to him. A lot of heat. A called in, brought the heat. Chris calls in after continues to bring the heat. We're going to keep talking about it. New York Jets tight end position, we're covering that tonight. There's guys out there, I'm telling you, in the draft. Cade Otton, Jeremy Ruckert. I'm telling you, Trey McBride. That guy could be there in a second. We can end up taking him as well. Jake Ferguson is a guy I look at. And again, the New York Jets are going to be at that Senior Bowl. They're going to be up close and personal with a lot of players that are going to be there. that could definitely also help and affect what we're going to do in the draft as well. You're getting key insight on players. You're talking to them one-on-one. You're seeing them in their scheme. You're seeing their technique up close, especially in a time with all the things that we got going on in the world. Everybody knows this is YouTube. Let's not get too crazy. All the things we got going on in the world, all right? They're going to be up close and personal with a lot of players. That's going to be huge as well. So we're getting back to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. I'm taking all callers. We're talking Jets tight ends. We're talking Sulla. We're talking the Heat, supposedly, that's going to be on Joe Douglas if we're not playoff contenders. We're talking about it all. I'm going to my guy, Venom. Venom, I'm coming directly to you. Venom, geez. Let me tell y'all something. If you don't know, now you know. Venom is a savage. Damn it, he's a savage. Man. Listen, man, Venom is a savage, man.
Yeah.
Don't play with Venom, man. Play with something safe. That's what I always tell people. You know what I'm saying? Don't play with Venom. Just play with something safe.
Yo, and we talking about my position that I know very well. Tight end connoisseur.
Okay. Well, listen, let's go there, Venom. Let's go there. Let's go there. All right. Tell me.
Yeah,
look, we looking at the tight end position. What are your thoughts?
Man. The two callers, previous callers were great, man. I like their takes as well. Mm-hmm. But even I don't think we had a decent offense, decent tight end. We had a great offense at a time with Rex Ryan, where we had Mark Sanchez, and he had Braylon Edwards, Antonio Holmes. Mm-hmm. He had Dustin Keller. So it's not just about offense. Even when we had a good tight end, it got to be a system. It got to be a fit. Mm-hmm. And I think right now we don't need to spend money on. We need a confident tight end, somebody that could block, somebody that could run, somebody that's like Kettle in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. We don't need somebody with speed like Gesicki from Miami or Njoku from Cleveland. We don't need the speed because right now we see with our offensive line the way it is constructed now, mm-hmm. you won't even have time to get them the ball. So you need to protect that quarterback first so you can have some time to get them the ball. If you bring in a tight end, all you're going to be mad at is saying, what the hell is that doing? So right now we need to build through the trenches. And if we have a blocking tight end that can block and move like Kettle does in San Francisco, that would be great. Or even like Kelsey in Kansas City. So we need somebody not with a bunch of speed, but somebody that could block and then also get out and run routes and catch the ball. Mm-hmm. So that's what we need right now.
So when you talk about that,
so I don't know who would that be? I don't know who would that be.
Okay, well,
I like the guy from Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
From Dallas, he's looking good. There's no way that the Cardinals are letting go of Zach Ertz. They're going to keep him in place. He's probably one of the premier tight ends, so I don't think they're letting him go. So
we'll see.
I think what we're gonna have to do is probably look at Dallas and pick up that tight end, and then bring another one in through the draft. Mm-hmm. But I think we get so sidetracked with all the positions of need. We're gonna fill up some of these positions through free agency. So the draft, we have 6 picks in the first 2. What is it? We have 2 in the first round, and then 2 in the second round, 4 in the first 40. So we got. I think that's good enough to start with. Mm-hmm. In free agency, once we fill up some of the areas of concerns, we're not that far off. We're not that far off at all.
Yeah, but so Venom, when you look at this situation, because you talking about the tight end, position, and again, you were big on Chris Herndon. I just want to let everybody know that Venom G's loved Chris Herndon and talked about how he was going to turn things around his last season. And then all of a sudden, when he went away, we were waiting for Venom to call back, and then he faded away. That's all I'm saying.
No.
He faded away. mean, you faded away, Venom. You know what I'm saying? But
ghost the show.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I had to ghost the show, man. I had to ghost the show.
I mean, if you know,
like an annoying girlfriend, I had to ghost the show.
You know, but you're back again, and you know we got love for you, Venom. So it is what it is. That's in the past. But when you talk about bringing guys in, you talked about Schultz. You know, Zach Ertz. Maybe the Cardinals let him get away. Who knows? We'll see. But there's also a guy, Mike Gesicki, could be out there as well from the Dolphins. What are your thoughts about him, man? Because I know that there's some Jets fans that don't want to have anything to do with him.
No, because like I just said, Joe, we need somebody that could block and run. Gesicki doesn't block. He's a speedster. He's like Waller from the Raiders.
Venom, we need playmakers, dog.
We can't even.
I'm playing devil's advocate here, but we need playmakers, dog.
I understand that, but I think Schultz would be one that if we put him in play, and then I think another tight end through the draft. I don't think we should go with people not Gesicki, man. I don't think I don't think this system will match for him really well.
Okay.
If Schultz, I understand that. If it's somebody else, you know. I don't see Gesicki though. Not anybody with speed that doesn't block. You're gonna have to put some of these guys in on blocking duties, and I don't think he'll fulfill that too much. But it has to be somebody that could block, run routes, catch the ball, you know. And I hear everybody saying about we got to get rid of a lot of. We got to get a fullback, somebody that could assist the running back with, just like San Francisco. They got a dope fullback that could come out the backfield, catch the ball, run. There's a lot of spots that we gotta rebuild this roster. So
yeah,
it's gonna take some time.
Yeah, I mean there's gonna be.
And I'm looking
a
at
lot of spots we gotta fill.
Yeah, and the superstars that I'm looking at is probably on defense and maybe a wide receiver. So I think a tight end is secondary to those positions.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah,
so
absolutely.
If you say a tight end, yes, it's good to have one, but I think we need premier players at the wide receiver position, and I think maybe cornerback if I had to go 1 and 2, right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of positions in need. I think again, offensive line, pass rusher for me is tops of the list there. But there's a lot of pieces that need to be moved, and that leads me to my next question for you, Venom, because there's a lot of people saying, hey, Joe Douglas is going to be on the hot seat if we're not contenders by next year. Do you think that Joe Douglas will spend in free agency, spend what it takes to get some of those guys in here? Because yes, we have picks, but we also need to use free agency we also need to utilize free agency to address some of these needs as well. Do you expect Joe Douglas to go out there and spend to bring the talent in here?
Yeah, of course. Now, because he had 3 losing seasons, and this year, and every year he tried to do something different. He tried to be frugal with the money, bringing some players that weren't as capable to try to fulfill some needs. Mm-hmm. But now I think he knows, we have to put all our chips on the table, put everything in the middle of the table right now. All money in right now. He has to go and just start spending that money. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying spend all of it on all these players that you need, but just bring in nice pieces like he did this season. Yeah, he did it. Even with Quincy Williams, that's a star player that you picked up and didn't pay that much. You need to bring in players that's determined to be great. So I think that's what he's going. He's going to bring in players. The team is going to look different. I have faith in Joe Douglas. I don't think he's going to be on the hot seat. I have faith in his draft, what he's going to do in the draft. So I don't think, this one season with these draft picks that he acquired this year, I think him and Robert Saleh are locked in. The first draft that he ever had, I'm going to throw that out. I think Adam Gates probably said, this is what I need. I want these players. I want this. I want that. And, this is what I want you to bring to me. And I think Robert Saleh came in and they put their heads together. We saw the players that they drafted together.
Venom. He took Morgan in the 4th round. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Listen,
and that's what
we
I'm
keep
saying.
it real
I'm
around here. All right. Listen, I love Joe Douglas. He took Morgan in the 4th round. There was a bunch of wide receivers that was out there that we could have utilized, and he passed on a lot of those guys. Okay. I'm not here to bash Joe Douglas. You look at the 20, you look at the second draft he's had, it's been unbelievable. Some of the picks he was able to get. But let's not lie about some of the misses in the first one. All right? Let's not lie about it. Go ahead.
And all I could say from the stuff that I was saying coming from him, it just seemed like he was loyal to Adam Gase to a fault, where he wouldn't hold this man accountable. Mm-hmm. I think Adam Gase gave him a paper with the players that he wanted on it and said, "Get me these players. I don't care what you do, get these players." And I hope all these mock drafts and everything else, I hope we don't make the same mistake and go with a strong safety at number 4 this year. I hope we're not doing something stupid like that.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my gosh.
Listen, so
I
Venom,
hope we're not going backwards.
Yeah, Venom, and I hear you. Yeah. I don't want that either. But this is my final question, and 973 will come directly to you. This is my final question for you, Venom, okay? If you are if you are the general manager.
Bring them in? That's where I'm going.
Hold on. If you are the general manager, what are you? What exactly is your selling point, bro? Like you said, what is your selling point to bring people in? How do you make players that are not Jets, that have never been Jets, want to be Jets?
I got the perfect selling point.
Talk to me.
I got the perfect selling point.
Talk to me.
I'm going to sit down, have Robert Saleh there with me, and I'm going to say, 2018, Robert Saleh was in the same position we're in now. In San Francisco, they were 4 and 13 team at that time. And the next season, they transitioned to a Super Bowl team. So now we're just in the building phase of creating that I would say that kind of a team that they're trying to build. So I think right now they're in that type of structure where Robert Saleh came in. It was dysfunction in the organization. And then they brought men in that could lead to a new culture and the way the franchise is going to go. So I think that's going to be their selling point all the way this offseason. We're looking for players. We're looking for guys that have they go through the trenches with us. We know we're not that good, but the future's bright. And they've always been saying this. And I think Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas know where they're going. And they're going to sell that to the players like, hey, right now, you saw what we did this season. Watch what we're going to do. We could be in the playoffs. We could be in the Super Bowl. From his past resume, that will look great to players. And just knowing how the players talk amongst each other, I think that's going to be a selling point within itself because they've been through this point already. Yeah. Robert Saleh has a new culture. He's bringing his all the staff that he had in San Fran. He brought them over with him. I think it's going to translate, and players are going to say, "Damn, well, this is a team that hasn't won anything in 30, 40 years. Be a part of this, where we're transitioning this culture, and you could be the damn new Joe Namath if you wanted to. Everything will be free in New York for you, and just like the last caller said, you can have everything after your career is over in the broadcast, radios, or doing whatever you want, or even movies, music, whatever.
Yeah. That's a fact.
There's a lot of selling points.
That's a fact. That's exactly how you got to sell
it.
But
like
go ahead. I'll give you final word.
I would definitely sell it with the start where Robert Saleh started with the 49ers when they had Kaepernick there, and they didn't do too good. They were 4-13. The next year, they turned that whole thing around. 13-3, went to the playoffs, could have won the Super Bowl. But hey, it is what it is, and this is the projection that they need to sell to everybody that's coming in.
Yeah. Listen, Venom, you talking that talk? Let me give you a hand, man. I'll give an MGs a hand. Yeah, let's go ahead.
Yeah,
we'll give him a hand.
On my way out.
Not too much. I don't pay y'all. I don't pay y'all for the extra stuff. Don't do that.
Joe don't pay y'all that much for
I don't pay you a dime for the extra, baby. You know what I'm saying? You work at overtime for free. All right? You give him a hand and move on. Not too much, all right? Listen, Venom, I want to thank you for calling.
Extra claps on you.
I want to thank you for calling in, Venom. You know I love talking to you, man. You have a good night,
no problem. You too, man.
All right, peace. Listen, salutes, Venom G's calling in. We're going to keep getting to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. I'm taking all callers. Also, salutes to the Savages in the chat. My guy, NY Jets FL, said Saints will have a fire sale. He's talking some facts there. That was another point as well. The Saints moving on. Sean Payton moving on. The Saints have major cap issues, and they have big questions at quarterback too. We might be able to poach some of those veteran players that could fall out into free agency. I know they got some offensive linemen that are in question right now, and they got some other guys that are up for deals too. We could be having some Saints on our roster next year, so we'll see how that goes. But again, we're getting back to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We are taking all callers. Please give the stream a thumbs up, share the stream, and subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. So now we're getting back to the lines. 973. I'm coming directly to you. 973 salutes. I want you to give me your name, where you're from. You're looking like a new caller. And how do you feel about the New York Jets head coach Robert Saleh after this year?
What's going on, brother? Salute, salutations all the way from Newark, New Jersey.
Okay.
Shout out to all my loved ones out there in the West Coast.
Okay.
Rest in peace to my cousin who was slain today in Cali. But let's get it.
Okay.
I love Robert Saleh, man. Obviously he got that somewhat of that Rex Ryan swagger, except for the clown show. Mm-hmm. I like Zach Wilson. I like what he's done in the second half. I like Mike LaFleur. He's definitely a big step up at OC compared to what we had in the past. Mm-hmm. But one thing I got to ask you, brother.
Yeah.
With the injury to Carl Lawson, this is what I'm not hearing everybody saying. That Achilles injury is very, very devastating, and I hope he can come back healthy. So I really do. But I really feel like maybe we should draft a pass rusher in the draft and pick up at least a second-tier pass rusher.
Yes.
In free agency. I'm not hearing a lot of people speak about that.
Yeah. Well, you're first
I
off.
believe that.
First off, my friend, you have come to the correct place, because this guy right here that you're talking to has been saying that all offseason, ever since the season ended. I've been saying, listen, we go into free agency, we go into the draft. We need to be looking to continue to address the pass rushing position, because Carl Lawson coming back from a torn Achilles isn't just, absolutely going to be gifted to give us 15, 16 sacks on his way back. That is not guaranteed, especially when you look at the Jets' luck, when you look at our luck with guys with injuries or players or anything like that. What would even make you think that we shouldn't hedge our bets and go get two one or two more pass rushers in this upcoming draft and possibly bring someone in free agency? We have not had consistent pass rush since John Abraham. That is egregious. We cannot just think, okay, Carl Lawson coming back is good and that's it. Go ahead.
20 years ago?
Yeah.
That's over 20 years ago, brother. We haven't had a consistent pass rush.
Yep.
We didn't have a pass rush with Rex Ryan. We doing it with smoke and mirrors. I'm sorry, brother, if there's a little noise on that word. We've been doing it with smoke and mirrors since Rex Ryan, man.
Yeah.
My whole thing is this. My belief is this. We need playmakers. Mm-hmm. I've been hearing all this Kyle Hamilton hate. At the end of the day, the last time Jamal Adams was a box safety who cannot cover. But this guy, Kyle Hamilton, is a beast. 20 years ago, we made a mistake by not drafting Ed Reed. If we can have an Ed Reed 2.0 or Ed Reed light in front of us, draft him.
Well, here's where I disagree. I disagree with that. I disagree with that, and here's why. I would understand if he was the finishing piece for us defensively, right? If we had everything else in place, pass rush, if we had offensive linemen, if we had all these wide receivers, we had all these issues shored up, I'd be like, oh, okay, that's fine. We could take a safety. I have no issues with that. We have far too many needs. The needs are so much greater than a safety at a non-impact position. I don't believe that in a rebuild, because we're still in a rebuild, we cannot take that. Not when you got Zach Wilson running for his life and jacking up his PCL, which, again, we all know without a quarterback in this league, you're done. He jacked up his PCL this year. He's running for his life. He's getting hit constantly. Then you look at the other needs as well outside of just offensive line. Everyone's talking about, hey, we still need a wide receiver. We just talked about pass rusher. Kayvon Thibodeau could be there. That's a possibility he could be there. Some people say that Hutchinson might be there, depending on if he gets passed up on. Then you look at all the other needs that we have as well. Some people want us to address corner. There's other needs on this football team that is much greater than safety. And listen, I understand Hamilton. He's phenomenal. And I get, everybody wants to do the Ed Reed comparisons. That's fine. You cannot take a safety that high when you have so many other needs. If we were the Chiefs, if we were, all these other teams that are constantly competing, I would have no issues with us doing it. We're not in the position to do that. Go ahead.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, brother. But let me ask you this: when was the last time the Jets had just a player that changed the dynamic of a game? I mean, the closest was Darrelle Revis, even though his interception rate is not that great, but he shut the first ballot Hall of Fame in my opinion. I mean, I just hate the fact that he got a ring with New England. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Facts.
But you can't take nothing away from him. Shut down half the field.
Yeah.
But when the last time that we ever had a game breaking defensive player, rather it was pass rush, linebacker, secondary. We didn't have it in years. So I understand where you come from with Kyle Hamilton. You know what I'm saying? And I like Sauce Gardner as well out of Cincinnati. My thing is all the domino effects, right? It's a crapshoot with the draft. We all know that. We don't know what's coming in free agency. I mean, I would love to have Linderbaum, at center and slide Connor McGovern at guard. I would love to have Mill out of Alabama, but we don't know what the draft is going to be. But since we talk about free agency, I mean, of course, there's Marcus Williams. I like Justin Reed out of Tennessee. Out of Houston. Bates, I feel like Cincinnati might shore him up. There's a lot of ways we can go. I'm hearing the rumors about getting the wide receiver from Atlanta, which I think is a big mistake.
Calvin Ridley,
especially for number one.
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley, no, I would not go that route. I would definitely not go that route. I'd rather get try Christian Kirk maybe, or just go into the draft, because this is a deep draft for receivers as well. This is about scheme fit. And the last caller, I know he was talking about Gesicki. Let me say one thing about Gesicki, right? Gesicki has been killing us twice a year since he's been in Miami.
That's a fact.
Twice a year. So if we can get a Gesicki, if we can get a Gesicki, why not? That's a weapon. That's a playmaker right then and there. So what? He can't block.
Yeah.
We can get another blocking tight end. I mean, look at New England 10 years ago. It worked with Gronk and the other guy, which I'm not going to name.
Yeah.
But it worked for them.
Yeah.
I mean, Aaron wasn't a great blocker. He was a Gesicki. Gronk was a typical blocking and can get down the field. So if we can get a Gesicki, let's say we miss out on Dalton Schultz from the Cowboys, we sign a Gesicki, which I will be ecstatic because he fits the system, because Mike LaFleur will make sure he fits the system. I don't know what the other caller is talking about. Gesicki, it will be a dominant weapon for the Jets. Go in round two. If he's not there in round two, how you feel about trading back late in the first round to get the kid from Colorado State?
Yeah, that Trey McBride, I that's a move I wouldn't be against. I've also talked about that, and again, we'll continue to have shows and we'll talk about movement, possibly in the draft. But I could see us trading down, maybe from 10. Trading down a bit, a couple picks, picking up some more picks, and maybe trading back into the first if that's what, if Joe Douglas feels like he's going to be taken at the top of the second round or before the top of the second round. I could see us trading back up into the first, late into the first, and getting it and taking Trey McBride. I could see that. There's guys out there that could absolutely come in and make a piece there.
In my opinion, I really feel like we're not going to trade out that 10th spot. Because I'm just going by heart. My heart is telling me it's either Linderbaum or Sauce Gardner at 10.
Okay.
If the draft doesn't go our way, I like Carl Loftus. Don't get me wrong. Carl Loftus is a beast, but I see the Giants picking him up for whatever reason, because the Giants like to stick it to us. But imagine this, Corey. Imagine this offense. Corey Davis. You got Elijah Moore in the slot. We pick up another receiver. You got Gesicki and you got either McBride or whoever.
that is a recipe for success right then and there. And if we can shore up the offensive line here and there, come on, the Jets, people will fear Gang Green.
Yeah, absolutely.
And especially if we shore up that defense. Yeah. I mean, Quentin Williams put Franklin Myers in the middle, Carl Lofton with a back end pass rusher with a dominant pass rusher. I mean, come on, it's the second scenes all over again. Nobody want to test us.
Yeah,
nobody will test us. And another thing,
you're talking that talk.
I'm going to address the last caller with this when he mentioned about San Francisco. First and foremost, sir, was 4-12, not 4-13. Now it's we in an 18-game season now, so he didn't know what he was talking about. Only reason why they turned it around because who did they draft in the first round? Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
They drafted Nick Bosa that year.
Yeah,
a dynamic pass rusher. They already had pieces in place on their defense. They picked up some guys from free agency. They made little trades here and there. That's how you turned it around. And they didn't have a quarterback at the time. I mean, Garoppolo was Mr. Glass. I mean, he's this generation's Chad Pennington, just with a little better arm.
Yeah. I mean, dude, let me tell you something. We've got to do the exact same thing. We've got to ensure that we can get guys in here at impact positions so that they can make plays for this football team. And there's so many things that need to be addressed, and you've brought a lot of heat to the table. Now, my final question before I let you go, my friend, because you're bringing the heat right now. You talked about getting Gesicki. You talked about going at other free agents as well. When you look at this free agency class, if you're the Jets general manager, how do you convince anybody to come in and be a New York Jet? What are your selling points?
As a Jet fan, and now trust me, I go back since what's the name was our quarterback when he left Pittsburgh. So I go back since '96, man. And I'm 35 years old, and I'm going through a lot of good Jet football and seen a lot of horrible Jet football. Well, I'm gonna say this as a fan, and if I was the general manager of the Jets, I'll tell you this much: if you want to come here for culture, you want to make a name for yourself, and it ain't about money, and you want to come here and play and become legendary, why not the Jets? Why not the Jets? If you want to stop Bill Belichick and they cheating ways, if you want to stop Miami and they doodle of a quarterback tour, if you want to stop the winter soldier known as Josh Allen, come to the New York Jets. We got young pieces. We got a quarterback that's hungry. We got a team that's hungry. We got defensive players. We just need a little bit of help here and there. If you want to become legends, come to the New York Jets because we changed the NFL in 1968 and we can do it again. But this time we ain't gonna win one ring.
Okay. You got us fired up. Listen, my friend, I got to be back to these lines. Go ahead.
Jets for life, brother. I love you, man. I love your show. I've been checking you out for a while. I haven't called you guys in a year, but keep doing your thing all the way from the West Coast to the East Coast, man. Love you, man. Jet up, baby. It's Jets or nothing.
Salutes. Thank you so much. You have a good night. Listen, he brought some heat. Some heat directly from Newark. Let's go. Yeah. All right, salutes to him. Salutes. You know what I'm saying? That was a little pick-me-up. I know he was on his forklift. I understand y'all, mind your background when you called in. His background was good enough. I understand you got to get on your forklift. Everybody got to make their money. I'm not a hater. Get your money. We all got to do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? Salutes. I like calls like that. We're getting to these lines. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Keep in mind, new callers, when you call in, please be patient. We're going to get to everybody. Don't call in and hang up, call in and hang up, call in and hang up, all right? I'll never see you. When you call in, I can see you. Just hold on a second. We'll get to everybody. My producer will let you know. All right? So just hold on. That's a nice call. Next, we're going back to these lines again, and please give the stream a thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share the stream too. Across your friends, family, social media, anything you can. So we're getting back to these lines. Next, we're going to my guy, Steve. Steve always got some heat, man. Could not wait to talk to Steve. I know he's going to bring the heat to us. Steve, salutes to you. I want to thank you for calling in tonight. Listen, man. You got Robert Saleh here, who's really stepped up, been a great, great head coach for us this season. Give me your thoughts about him. How do you feel about going into the future with Robert Saleh as our head coach?
Hey, Joe. Well, first off, it's always great to hear from you, man. How you been?
I've been all right, man. I've been all right. We also watched a lot of good football, this past weekend, so I've been feeling good. But
yeah. Listen, as much as we hate the Bills, I did feel bad for Josh Allen, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Josh Allen put on a show against Kansas City on Sunday night, and as much as we hate the Bills, I did feel bad for him. But you know what? And to make things even greater now, we don't have to worry about Tom Brady in the Super Bowl this year.
Mm-hmm.
So now, with these 4 teams that are left, this is a Super Bowl that we could finally relax and say, you know what? It'll be a good game to not worry about anybody. So anyway, so now going to Robert Saleh. You know something, Joe? When Robert Saleh first came in 2021, he came into a really bad situation, for the Jets, after when we fired Adam Gase after the 2020 season, it was a day every Jet fan couldn't wait for. Now that we're back in 2021, when we were looking at the head coaches, when we get the announcement Robert Saleh was hired, we were like, all right, let's see what he could do. Saleh came into a very, very tough position with the Jets. Very tough position. And despite having a 4-win season this year, the Jets showed a lot of improvement from the last couple of years, under Gase. Listen, it was a young team, an inexperienced coaching staff. I am excited for what Saleh does, because Saleh's also a guy that players would love to play for him. And, with building blocks, hopefully, with this team. But now this really starts in this off season. What can we do for this team in order to get back to this playoffs?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I look at the situation. I'm saying, hey, there's a lot of things that need to be built here. There's a lot of positions that need to be addressed. And one of them is tight end. Now, when you look at the tight end position here, I mean, do you think that we should actually bring back a guy like Tyler Kroft? Is he a guy that you think the New York Jets should re-sign?
Maybe in a possibility, but if there's one tight end I would love the Jets to go after in free agency is Dalton Schultz. As a matter of fact, because obviously, because the thing is, Dallas is in a bad cap situation, and Jerry Jones knows that too.
Yeah.
And the thing is, with Dalton Schultz is that he actually grew up as a Jets fan, and honestly, that was the one thing I learned about him. I think it would be awesome if the Jets could go after him, and because the thing is, Zach Wilson needs a big tight end. He needs a big tight end, and if you look at the teams like what Kansas City has and Travis Kelce, Baltimore has and Mark Andrews, San Francisco has and George Kittle. That's what we need in Dalton Schultz. That's what we need. During that game, we when I was looking at Kelce play, I even said to myself, Joe Douglas, you need to get a big tight end in free agency. And the one thing is about what Joe Douglas did say is he did say that the one thing he is going to do is he is going to be more aggressive in free agency, and especially with the cap space. I mean, and Joe Douglas, and the thing is, I know a lot of Jet fans didn't like it last year when he should have signed some of the big free agents. I understand where Douglas does come from, that he wants to build through a draft. But at the same time, if you have the money, you got to use it to spend in free agency.
Yeah, you do. You absolutely do. And like you brought up a guy like Dalton Schultz. I know a lot of people are really high on him and they want him to bring in. I think he would be a phenomenal addition as well. But I'm looking at Mike Gesicki and I'm like, listen, I don't know why nobody wants to talk about bringing this guy in. This guy has been torching us for years. He's been torching us. We've seen him be able to make plays. I mean, what are your thoughts about him, Steve? Isn't he a guy that some Jets fans should possibly get behind us bringing in as well?
Mike Gesicki would be the second player I would bring in tight end if Dalton Schultz goes somewhere else. Because the thing is, Mike Gesicki is, and another thing is, Mike Gesicki is a New Jersey native guy. He's originally from New Jersey, if anybody doesn't know. I don't know what part of New Jersey he's from, so he would honestly be playing closer to home. But the thing is, I mean, it really, as of right now, if I'm looking at tight ends, you know, I would not only look at a tight end in free agency, but I would also look at a tight end in the draft. And, Joe, you made a good point about Trey McBride from Colorado State, who's supposed to go in like the second or in the third round this year coming up, because that would be a nice addition as well. Because not only do we need a catchable tight end, we need a blocking tight end as well.
Yeah.
And the thing is sometimes, and that to me is one of the most important offensive positions that we need. I mean, we even still have to fill in some spots on the offensive line. So, I mean, we got to see what happens.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people are talking about, you know, hey, we need a tight end that can block. I completely agree with that. I understand. But I'm not so hung up on, a tight end that can block and where I'm willing to pass up on a playmaker. All right, listen, Gesicki is a playmaker, okay? He's a guy that we've seen cook us week in and week out. He's cooked other teams as well. He's one hell of a pass catcher. Simply because he's not the greatest blocker doesn't mean I would want to pass up on him, okay? That's not. You can find blocking tight ends. They're all over the place in free agency, all right? Daniel Brown's a blocking tight end. Wesco at this point is a blocking tight. There's other guys that are blocking tight ends that if you want a blocking tight end, believe me, there's no, lack of blocking tight ends out there. But I tell you what, a real playmaking tight end, they don't just fall out of trees every day. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying there. So, Steve, now, when you look at this situation here, right, because you talked a little bit about free agency, you want Dalton Schultz to be brought in and things like that, which is phenomenal. What exactly is the selling point for the New York Jets when you're talking about bringing in free agents? How do you get a Jet, or how do you get a player that isn't a Jet to want to be a Jet if you're a general manager? What are some of the things that you would say, some of the moves that you would utilize to make that happen?
It's not really, I mean, yes, it does have to do with the money, but at the same time, we want to bring in these veterans, to help out, a lot of these upcoming players, that just started last year, and they can develop into great players for us in the future. Also, because with the kind of coach that Saleh is, let me tell you something. Even throughout the whole time of this negativity during the 2021 season that the Jets had, with all the losing and stuff and all that, there was a lot of positivity around this football team. There was no drama at all. There was no issues at all, because let me tell you, they all would stick together. And let me tell you, anyone who would come and play for the Jets would love to play for Saleh. Because let me tell you, the first time that I remember hearing about Saleh last year was, at the beginning I was like, wait, I don't know who this guy is. But then when I found out that he was the 49ers defensive coordinator who always went crazy on the sidelines for the last couple of years, I even said to myself, wow, this guy is nuts. And I'm like, wait, we want to bring it. And I thought at first he was a nutso guy. But then the more that I read about Saleh, of how much he loves the game and how he could develop players, that's the kind of coach I want to play for. Listen, I remember the day after we hired Saleh, every San Francisco 49er fan literally said to every Jets fan, you guys are going to love Saleh. He brought a lot of juice from San Francisco to us. He's a player's coach. The players are going to love him. And once when I learned about why he became a coach, I was like, you know what? I love the hire so much. Yeah.
I mean, that again, Robert Saleh could be a big sticking point to bring in free agents in here. Players around the league love him, like you said as well. So that's huge. And the New York Jets need to do every single thing that they can to reel guys in. You could also have players as well out there recruiting. I know CJ Mosley talked about that, going into this, the end of the season as well, that he was going to talk to players out there and spread the news about how the New York Jets are changing and things are turning around here. So that's going to be huge as well. Listen, Steve, I got to get back to these lines as well, man. You brought the heat. Go ahead. I'll give you the last word.
One last thing. Hey, Joe, one last thing before you let me go. it's been 11 years now that we haven't made the playoffs, you know, and it just, and the thing is right now, unfortunately, the New York Jets have the longest playoff drought right now out of all the teams in the NFL because, you know, with all the bad management decisions, hopefully, I mean, I'm not saying win the division, but get in as a wild card, you know. That's what I really, really hope that happens in the future, you know, and especially coming up in 2022. I mean, we got to get through free agency and the draft first.
Yeah. Yeah, see, you're talking facts. Listen, Steve, I got to get back to these lines. You have yourself good night, all right, my friend?
Hey, good night, Joe. Bye-bye.
All right, Steve. Listen, Steve calling in with some fire. He had a little fire in there. You know, I want to know what if you're a Jets GM, what exactly are you saying to players that are not Jets to get them to want to be Jets? I need to know. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. You know what I'm saying? We're taking all callers. So next I'm going to my guy, Rusty. Rusty is calling in. Salutes to Rusty. I want to thank him for calling in tonight. Before we get going, listen, Rusty, he's a savage as well. Savage.
What's up, Joe? What's up, savages?
What's going on, Rusty? What's going on, Rusty? Listen, we're talking Jets tonight. We're talking Jets tight end. We're talking free agency a little bit. Listen, Rusty, if you're a Jets general manager, man, what are you saying to players in free agency to get them to want to come and be a Jet? What exactly are you saying and doing? What are your selling points?
I mean, it's a different beach, different castle. Honestly, it's the foundation has been ripped to shreds and just reformulated, poured, and you know we don't quit on our guys. You know, we're gonna let you in there, and we're gonna take the ones that want to fight, and we prove that. You know, look at what we did, and we did it with third string dudes, and that by the end of the year, our offensive line actually was ranked 11th in the NFL, believe it or not. Pretty crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
and but I mean, I would just tell them the God honest truth. Just be like, look, we have something here. Are you either with us or against us? You want to be a part of us? This is it. And you know, that type of just real truthful speech, you know, just man to man type of thing. No BS, you know, no media type of sell. And, you know, but you can always tell them too and be like, look, New York's your oyster. It's there. Same with Jersey. It's literally the media capital of the planet. You got that in Dubai basically, but more so here because it's just literally a melting pot of just every single culture is New York City and New York and Jersey. So, you know, you do the right thing, you know, you steer, you know, that's basically it.
Yeah.
In that type of sense. And you'll have a dedicated fan base that's second to none.
That's a fact.
We ain't going to eat no horse doo-doo, but, you know, we'll have some rowdiness for you. That's for sure.
Listen, that's a fact. That's one thing you can tell them. Listen, if you if you win here, if you play well here, the fan base will love you. Okay? If you play here, the fan base will love you like none other. Okay? Great players that come play. Revis, even when, you know, Jamal was here before he went haywire, like I told everybody he would. People loved him to the moon and back. There is nothing negative that you can say about a Jets player that is beloved by the fan base. Let me tell you something. Protect them at all costs.
Jamal's the Prez, right? That's what he called
himself?
That's
what he was.
He was. Don't get high on your own supply. Jamal was point blank. That's what happened, and he did.
He was. I'll tell you what, you know, but we all saw how that ended up, you know what I'm saying? You know.
Yeah. Have fun in Seattle.
You know what I'm saying? You said, have fun in Seattle with all the things they're going to be going through, all the changes they're going to make. So when you look at this football team going forward, there's a lot of people that are saying Joe Douglas could be on the hot seat if we don't make the playoffs next season. What are your thoughts about that, Rusty? I've gone back and forth with some fans. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, my bad to just jump in as soon as you just said it, but yeah, no, absolutely not. It's you know, Joe Douglas is just, it's literally, this is how you do things. Yeah. You don't throw money at it. Yeah, some organizations get lucky with it, like, you know, Tampa. But look at the bottom that's falling out in Tampa. They're done. And if Brady's gone, they're done. You know, though, I don't even know how many draft picks they don't have in the first round. I mean, They might have a few, but I'm pretty sure they traded all of them away. And then just the astronomical paychecks they just for just tons of different types of stars, that adds up quick. I mean, God bless them, they got a Super Bowl, but I'd rather get a Super Bowl and maintain it, similar to how like the Steelers roll, Ravens, those types of teams, and Dallas in the early 90s, Niners in the early 80s.
Yeah.
Just in it to win it and just successful with it and just keep it, just kick the snowball and just keep it in-house.
Yeah.
Learn how to grow. And if somebody's got to leave, you can replace them and then get draft picks for them. It's a business now. It's messed up to sort of like, to keep, put humans in like a way of like a plant in a way, but you grow them, and that's it. You keep what you can and try and get what you can for them in a sense.
Yeah. So when you look at this,
just enjoy them while you got them.
That's a fact. When you look at this tight end position, right? When you look at what we got going on here, are you addressing this in free agency? I mean, and if you are, what is the guy you're looking at? Dalton Schultz, Mike Gesicki? Which one of those guys do you want, man?
I'm tired of the fish, man. I can't stand that dude, so I want him here. I don't care if he can't block. Honestly, like, did it really matter with the fish that he couldn't block?
No.
I'm pretty sure he was running rampant. So, and we can draft Kohler. That's who I really want. People can say McBride all they want, but Kohler has just been steady and honestly just keeps on getting better each and every year and smarter. But you can't go wrong, I don't think, with Kohler, McBride, or Weidemeyer. Really, there's a lot of tight ends in this. Otten. A lot of people are good, but Gesicki is my dude. I don't want Schultz or Shorts, whatever his name is. Schwartz. I don't know. I'm good.
Yeah. So when you
because he was, it's like a contract year type of dude. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He balls out when it's that type where you don't see him prior to that.
Yeah.
But he dips off like how my attitude just went talking about him.
So my final question for you, Rusty, because you bringing the heat so far, man. You talked a little bit about the draft. Do you think that tight end is so much of a need that it needs to be taken at number 10? Would you be okay with us taking a tight end at 10?
No. I'll flip out if we take a tight end at 10 or a wide receiver at 10.
Ooh, okay.
No way. It's a defensive heavy, and I don't know. You got to do what you got to do. I mean, if Hutch ain't there, well, maybe Thibodeau. I don't know. I'm not really buying Thibodeau, but trade out 4 and do whatever you can to just get Nakobe Dean. That's my dude in the first, and try and, I guess, that's my dude. That's who I really want us to have. Okay. And then, in the second or third, try and get a tight end type of deal. But I'm not getting 35 at a tight end either. Okay. I'm not getting greedy with it. But I would just like to say one thing, though. My bad. And I would like us to sign the Ndamukong Suh.
Oh, wow.
And and he's a free agent, and he likes doing show me contracts, prove me years. So, and he's free, and I think that would help our defense out crazily because I don't think we're going to be keeping Foley. And imagine just having in the rotation of JFM, Hugh, Marshall, and then the Ndamukong Suh. That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty terrifying to other opposing teams. So. Yeah. And he's a great teammate, and he's a smart dude. Yeah. He's just a psychopath. I love him.
Yeah.
I don't like him on other teams, but I'd love to have him type of dude.
Yeah, he plays with a lot of fire. That's, again, we'll be talking about a lot of those things coming up. We're going to continue to evaluate positions, Rusty, but that is something to think about. Listen, Rusty, I got to get back to these lines, man. You've been a phenomenal call tonight. You have yourself a good night, my friend.
You too, Joe. Take it easy, Savages. Go Jets, man.
Salute to Rusty. Absolutely. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Next, I'm going to my guy in North Carolina. This dude knows his Jets, all right? He knows his Jets. He knows what he's talking about. Salutes to you, my friend. I want to thank you for calling in again tonight. We're talking Jets. We're talking tight ends. We're talking about it all. Listen, for you, give me your thoughts on the New York Jets tight end position. How are you addressing it? And is free agency kind of where you want to go?
Yeah, I would probably try to land one of the top tier ones out of free agency because my vision is to try to get one out of free agency and get two out of the draft. Because I'm thinking Trey McBride likely Stuckett, Charlie Kolar, or even my boy Brett Keke from Utah, who I think is tremendous, even though he's a little smaller than some of the other tight ends. We haven't heard his name mentioned, but he's really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, there's quite a bit of guys. Again,
so
we talk about
one of the combinations.
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about again Trey McBride. We talked about him from Colorado State. Jeremy Ruckert has been brought up as well from Ohio. Even the last caller, Rusty, brought up Jalen Weidemeyer from Texas A&M. There's so many guys out there now. For you, you talked about taking a guy in the draft.
Oh, yeah.
Would you take a tight end at 10 in the draft? Is that something you would be interested in?
Oh, no, I couldn't do it. It's too rich. It's too early. I think look at the position and some of the depth at the position. Obviously, there's no Kyle Pitts as it was in last year's class, but this class is pretty well distributed, and it's a very good group, very productive group. I think we can afford to wait second round, third round, and let it slide to us. And I think you're going to be surprised. Probably Kolar be there, Stuckett might be there in the third round. And I think you'll be very surprised. I've got my eyes on the prize at 4, and that's Kayvon Thibodeau. That's the guy I've got my eyes on. That's the guy we have to get. Because I've been a Jet fan for 42 years, and I remember as a kid watching Mark Gastineau, who was a real terror. And I'm telling you, this kid, Kayvon Thibodeau, is a real freak of nature. He can take men 300 pounds. He's 250-something pounds. It reminds me of Lawrence Taylor. He can get under their collar and walk them in the backfield. Have you ever seen Kayvon Thibodeau?
Man, I'm telling you, he's ridiculous.
If you have not seen this kid, I'll tell any Jet fan, if you have not seen Kayvon Thibodeau, look him up on YouTube. He is freaky and scary. I mean, his get off is so fast. I've seen plays where he would get off so fast. He'd be in that backfield and strip the quarterback. I haven't seen anything quite like him.
No.
At his size, at 258, he looks like a linebacker, and he moves like a very fast linebacker, but yet he's incredibly strong. I've seen him take them linemen and throw them to the floor, throw them down.
And he's long, too.
And walk them into the backfield.
Yeah, and he's got size on him, too.
And now they're talking about the possibility of him being there at 4. I'm telling you, if he's there at 4, I'm going to shout to the roof. If he's there, because he's going to change the defense.
Yep.
This guy is a real monster for his size.
Yeah.
Now, that will put us in a position with Carl Lawson. You know, I understand he's coming off a very bad Achilles tendon. He can take his time and just get healthy, and you don't have to worry about nothing.
Yep.
Kayvon Thibodeau can take the lead.
Yeah.
Let him take the lead until Carl Lawson is ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And our defense will be a lot better because really the way we're building that defense is predicated upon the pass rush. It's not like way Rex did it, which was the opposite. You had Revis or Marty lock it down to the backside and make the quarterback eat the ball. But what Salah's going to do is the opposite, where his rush is going to be so ferocious and they're going to be coming so fast and coming off the ball so quickly. Quarterbacks will be just intimidated and that ball will come out.
Exactly.
That's where you see the turnovers. That's where you see the errant passes. That's what he had intended to do when Carl Lawson got hurt. And my man, who's the other dude? The other dude we got.
John Franklin.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
John Franklin. And they got hurt so early.
Huff got hurt early, too.
Got so early, it kind of set a cloud over the franchise. It set a bad tone. And I don't think we ever really recovered. Plus, we had those, safeties we were trying to convert into linebackers, and they were young and, inexperienced, and it was just the perfect storm. That's why the defense played so badly. And I think we got a chance to turn that around this year tremendously.
Yeah.
And I like where the franchise is.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier with one of the callers. We were going back and forth, and he was doing great stuff about the defense. And I said, listen, we didn't have the players to play this style of defense. I think a lot of people are really, overlooking some of these things. I'm here on the West Coast. I watch the Niners. Dude, that secondary is not like – they ain't got no Revis in that secondary. That secondary is okay, but it's not like world renowned. No. Dude, they are sending pressure. You don't have a choice of whether you want to throw the football or not. You better make a decision or the decision is going to be made for you. That's how it works over there. All right. You got Bosa, you got Warner, they got so many guys, and that's why again I'm completely with not only drafting. Kayvon is my guy, so I want Kayvon Thibodeau. If he's there, right? No doubt about it. That's the only guy. That's the only guy I'm with taking over an offensive lineman is Kayvon Thibodeau. But also I'm with continuing to draft pass rush as well, because I think we need more than just Kayvon and Carl Lawson. I want to see at least 3 guys, out there that can get after your quarterback at a time.
Would you be willing to pick both pick 4 and pick 10 and go edge? I mean, that's possible that Carl Lawson could be there at 10. I think he's going to slide a little bit.
Here's my problem with that.
Because I don't think he's as explosive as some of the other guys,
Here's my problem with that is I think that we can get it. I think that they'll probably try to chase an edge as well in free agency. And I think there's some guys as well in the later rounds that we could end up getting at edge, especially with them being there at the Senior Bowl. I think that's going to be big as well. But the reason I don't want to go edge twice, the reason I wouldn't go edge twice if we took Kayvon Thibodeau is because I do not want to see Zach Wilson on the sideline again with a PCL or an ACL injury next year. I don't like our offensive line. I don't like it. And I don't understand why people are so okay with walking into next season with this offensive line and not properly addressing it. I'm not with it. I don't care about all these PFF stats about having a top 10 center. We had the 27th ranked rushing offense in the league. We have the 27th ranked rushing offense in the league. It's insane.
Becton is coming off his injury.
Yep.
And the only fixture that we have right now that looks sensational is Vera Tucker.
Yeah.
Now I'm hoping that Becton's really got to get his act together and come in camp in shape.
Yep.
Because I'm hearing the plan is out there that they're going to draft a tackle and they're going to draft Evan Neal. Evan Neal's a monster, like Becton. He's similar to him.
Yeah.
He's massive. He's athletic. And I'm going to tell you something, another name that's out there, too, I'm hearing the last couple of weeks, Kenny Kwanu. I've seen him play. Now, this guy is no joke. He's a little smaller, but he is strong as hell. He puts people on their back. He dominates. He puts them down. Now, what it is with pick number 10, there's a couple of guys that can be there. Kenny Kwanu. I'm going to tell you another name nobody's talking about is Kenyon Green. This dude has no weaknesses. I've studied him. He gets low. A man his size, 320-something pounds, he bent his knee. You can't get up under him, and you can't move him or do anything to him. Kenyon Green is one of the better guard prospects you're going to see out there. Nobody's talking about this. Everybody talking about Evan Neal. Now, I get that. And the Kenny Kwanu, and obviously my man Tyler Linderbaum. But Kenyon Green is one of the better prospects out there. He's a monster. Nobody's talking about this dude. Nobody. But I'll be willing to take him at 10. If Kenyon Green is at 10, my best case scenario is going to take Kayvon Thibodeau. At 4, I would be ecstatic and let the board slide to me at 10. If I don't trade out of there, if Kenyon Green is there, I know Evan Neal probably gone. Kenny Kwanu probably gone. I believe Tyler Linderbaum, I'm talking about him going to the Giants. He might be gone at 10. If they're gone, I'm taking Kenyon Green. I'm taking Kenyon Green. I agree with you. We should continue to upgrade our offensive line because I believe we're 1 or 2 linemen away from having arguably one of the better units. We're going to have the worst unit in the league to one of the better units. We're close.
Yeah.
If we get Becton back healthy with Vera Tucker, and if we can add 2 more linemen, either a center tackle or a center guard, this offensive line could be elite.
Yeah.
Now you got guys like Kenyon Green out there, Tyler Linderbaum out there, Kenny Kwanu out there, Evan Neal out there. They fill the bill to being some of the better prospects that are out there to accommodate and complement the people we already have, like Becton and Vera Tucker. We have a chance to be really good up front.
Yep.
And that'll really help our running game, and that'll help Zach Wilson tremendously.
Yeah, it will.
I think he's going to be really good.
Yeah, and again, I think a lot of people don't understand, and that's why I bring up, a lot of people are talking about we have a top 10 center in Connor McGovern. I don't know where people are getting this from. We're ranked 27th in rushing. I don't know if everybody knows. This is a run-first offense. Do you see what the Niners do? They run the ball a lot. They run the ball a lot. I don't know if anyone else knows that. They run the ball a lot, okay? And with no-name running backs. They don't have like a Dalvin Cook or Ezekiel Elliott they have a bunch of no-name guys that are running for hundreds of yards every year, okay? And so when you have an issue and you cannot run the ball effectively, that's why we're ranked 27th in the league. We don't run the ball effectively. It will affect your quarterback. The best thing you can give a young quarterback is a solid running game, all right? That's how it works, okay?
But don't be surprised. You know Joe Douglas being an offensive lineman himself. He understands. That's why he's been investing in the last 2 years, getting George Fant and bringing in McGovern, even though McGovern hasn't been great. Drafting Mekhi Becton. He really knows how to draft them. You know, getting Mekhi Becton and Elijah Vera Tucker. Don't be surprised if with that pick number 10, he doesn't take another offensive lineman. Nobody's talking about Kenyon Green, who's a real monster. You need to see him play and do the scouting reports on him. He is really good. They say he's better than Elijah Vera Tucker. And I've seen him play. He's something else. The man has no weaknesses. 320-something pounds, and they say the way he bends his knee and get low, you can't get up under him. You can't push him back. You can't do nothing to him.
I mean, I can see it. And
that's
again,
one of the guys to keep your eyes on.
Yeah, I can see it. And again, you know, we also got to talk about, and we'll talk about that when the time comes. A lot of people looking at Mekhi Becton, his health, his inability to stay healthy. And again, I know this year wasn't his fault, but that can also factor into where the Jets do in the draft. Yeah, it was a bad deal.
I feel bad for Mekhi. He was on line and on the back of his leg and dislocated his knee. And when I heard the report, I said, oh my God, this could be disaster.
But I'm telling you,
this is the type of thing that could be career ending. You know, mess up his knee, dislocate his knee. So I'm glad it wasn't any worse than that. But what it is, they showed discretion to just keep him out. It said, you know, the year's almost gone. We're not going to just push him back out there. We're going to let him get fully healed and just start fresh next year. And I know Mekhi probably very disappointed. I know he was banking on having a great second season, perhaps Pro Bowl season, because I think he's that caliber of player. Biggest thing with him, to get it together, get him a trainer who's got a little bit of money, make sure he got a good trainer and good people around him to support him. So when it's time for the camps to start up and players to start working out and stretching and stuff, that he's in good shape and won't be so fat and out of shape from being downtime and stuff.
Yeah, I think
ready to go and control his weight.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right. I mean, he came in. I know that there's been a lot of talk about his weight and his shape and stuff like that by a lot of Jets fans. And I think some of that has really just been pushed by the media. Mekhi Becton came in extremely good shape this offseason. You saw the pictures, we saw the videos. He was very cut and lean. Honestly, in my opinion, he looked better this year than he did when we drafted him. And he was in pretty decent shape then. But when he came into this season shape, he was in unbelievable shape.
Big old thing. He looked like when we first took him, he looked like something you would see in the WWE. He looked massive, tall and huge.
Man, you see his dad? His dad is huge.
He's been taking on the Undertaker or something.
Yeah,
dude,
his dad,
he's a little slimmer now. I agree with you saying.
Yeah, his dad is big like that. You see where he gets it from. Like, his dad is a big dude like that as well. You know what I'm saying?
Father, when they drafted him, they showed the video of his parents. But his dad is a big man. I think we can get it from him. His father is a big guy.
Facts.
That's a big man.
Facts. So when now my final question before I let you go really quickly, because you're bringing the heat, man.
Sure.
So my final question for you is, if you're the Jets general manager, because we talked a little bit about free agency, and you're trying to bring players in, what do you say to players that are not Jets that make them want to be Jets? What are you telling them in that meeting to get them to want to sign with the New York Jets?
Well, I would just tell them we're building something special here. It may not be showing right now in the stat column, but it's just a matter of time. And when it flips, it's going to explode. Once this thing turns, it's going to turn very, very quickly. I think it'll show signs of doing that this year. And I had predicted 2023, they're going to be playing for something. People think I'm crazy because that's a short span of time, a short window. But once this team builds their offensive line, adds a couple of core pieces to get that defense stabilized, Zach Wilson start feeling comfortable and playing relaxed like we saw him do against the Titans, the Jets will be a scary franchise. They'll be very, very scary. You know what I'm saying? I had an opportunity to watch the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. That was one hell of a show. I think we'll have a chance to build an offense with the capability that'll be similar to those teams. When we can move, we got a quarterback that's freaky. He's mobile. He has a cannon arm. He can make every throw in the book. He can create with his legs and improvise. We'll have a chance to be very similar to Buffalo and Kansas City. You watch what I tell you, and we're going to be in the mix. I had predicted 2023, the Jets will shock people and be playing for the Super Bowl in a very short time.
Wow.
I'm going to stick to that. I believe they will.
Okay, listen.
I believe they're going to be strong enough. Right now, they're not strong enough, but by 2023, they will be strong enough, because I believe the 2023 offseason, they will have more flexibility. Like some of the positions people want the Jets to go in, like safety and all that, they can't do it this year. But you watch 2023, they'll have more flexibility to take a look at safety, to take a look at linebacker and strengthen those positions. And that's what's going to really get them over for 2023. Zach Wilson will be throwing for over 4,000 yards. We're going to get massive production from quarterback, tight end. You know what I'm saying? Running back running for 1,000 yards. You watch what I tell you. It's going to be tremendous.
Okay, listen.
With Michael Carter.
Listen, you bringing the heat right now. I can't do nothing but respect that.
Yep.
I can't do nothing but respect it.
Oh, yeah.
So listen, my friend, I gotta go, man. Listen, I want to thank you for calling in. It's always phenomenal to speak with you. I know you got to do your thing. You got work. But I want to hear from you more often, my friend. We're going to continue these shows.
Oh, yeah.
Draft coming up, free agency coming up. I want to hear from you, man.
Oh, yeah, you will. We'll definitely talk again.
Absolutely.
I think you launching your show on Tuesday nights is perfect. I'm usually off on Monday and Tuesday, so give me opportunity to tune in and call in and talk to you and some of your panels. So I really enjoy your program. You've done an excellent job. I've seen you grow from a smaller platform, and you're really doing a good job.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. You have yourself a good night, my friend.
You too now, and you take care.
All right, you take care. Listen, we got a lot of stuff going on. Salutes to everyone that calls in, listens and everything. You know what I'm saying? I really, really appreciate y'all. Really appreciate y'all takes, you know what I'm saying, and everything. I'm going to take this one last caller. We're going to go to Michael really quickly. Michael, just give me this take really, really quickly, Michael. Give me your thoughts about the New York Jets tight end position. Who are you taking in free agency? Would you take Gesicki, Schultz? Who are you taking, man?
Everyone's talking about Schultz, but I do like Gesicki better. He reminds me of Ertz, someone that is more of a receiver. And like you said, you can pick a. I wouldn't go. You were talking to the other gentleman about picking a tight end at 10. That's absolutely out of the question.
Okay.
And if you missed out on Trey McBride at 35, you have Jake Ferguson. You have Kohler. You got a number of guys that are at the Reese Senior Bowl that the Jets are actually coaching.
Yep.
They're getting a first-hand look at these guys. So it's not to panic. They're going to be there in the third, fourth round. Rutgers will be there. He's just like Schultz. Rutgers, 6'5", a big body, blocking tight end. You could even go two tight ends and don't even address it in the free agents. You could pick two in this draft.
Yeah,
they'll be there in the third and fourth round.
Yeah,
so it's nothing to worry about. I would even the last caller about Kenyon Green. I've been following him too the whole college season. He is a monster. Actually, he's ranked the best guard out of all the interior lines. The best pure guard.
Yeah.
So getting him and putting him in on the opposite side of AVT, wonderful.
Yeah, that would be.
Good pick.
I'm telling you, that would be the move for us. But listen, Michael, I got to close out my show, so I want to thank you for calling in. Just call in earlier, my friend. I want to talk to you. You know that, all right?
Oh, I've been listening though. I've been listening.
Thank you.
I was hearing a lot of good stuff.
Absolutely. You have a good night, man.
All right. Have a good one, Joe.
Listen, I want to thank Michael for calling in. Again, I try to get to these texts, but we got to close out this show. You know what I'm saying? We got a 2-hour show. We have a lot of fun, but you know how they be hating. Y'all didn't, So listen, again, I want to thank everybody for calling in. It's been a phenomenal show. I really love connecting with people. So I'm going to go ahead and close the show out tonight. I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing what you folks think I do here on the Long Beach Joe Show. I'm also on Twitter as well. All right, that is Young J000. That's 3 zeros. Go ahead and follow me. I'll follow you right back. You want to troll me? No issues. I am the troll that lives under the bridge, and I will troll you right back. And I will have my Vera Tucker jersey on at all times. All right, we got a lot of problems along the offensive line, but left guard is not one of them. I'm just saying, fight on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a homer. I'm just saying, you want to get a guard, you want to get a good player, go to USC. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Drake London ends up on the Jets. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying much. I'm just saying that. If you want to follow the show's page as well, at The Long Beach Joe, at The Long Beach Joe as well, go ahead and follow that page. Let's go back and forth on there as well. Talk about the Jets, talk about everything. I'm also on YouTube as well. Okay, go to YouTube, search Long Beach Joe Jets, Long Beach Joe Jets on
90
YouTube.
seconds.
Subscribe to the page there. Turn on your notification bell so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Also, if you want to troll me, you can troll me there as well in the comments. Let's go back and forth. I'll troll you right back with no issues. And as always, people, when you see me in person, it is arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone, okay? Free hugs for everyone that will cost you absolutely nothing. I want to thank you folks for taking the time out of your day to call in. I want to thank you folks again for listening to the show. Without you people, I am absolutely nothing. Thank you again for taking the time out of your day to call
60
in
seconds.
and listen to the show. You folks are the absolute best, all right? You folks have a good one. Peace. 1 second, folks. Man, this show gets hot. This show gets hot, man. Salutes to everybody. Look, we got a 2-hour show. I try to listen. We get to it. We talk about everything, but the show is only 2 hours. Sometimes I wish it was longer, but the show is only 2 hours, so we got to get to everybody. Listen, if you're new, all right, exclamation point links in the chat. Okay, exclamation point links in the chat brings up all of my content because it's in the link tree. All right, you click that link tree, you'll see the links to all of my social media platforms, all of my YouTube pages, which content is coming. You can subscribe to this YouTube page as well. I have content coming, constantly videos. We do shows throughout the entire year, just like this show. Talk about free agency. We'll be talking about the draft. We'll be going into next season. We also watch games together as well when my schedule allows it. We watch games together and we have a lot of fun doing that too. We talk a lot of trash. We watch the team. We scream at the team. And we cheer when they do great things. So that's what we like to do here. Also in that link tree as well, my Discord is in there. My mods in my Discord get after me all the time for this. Salutes to Kaiser. Salutes to Junior Rudy. All the guys in there. Listen, go down there. Click that link tree. Go to my Discord. We're trying to ramp it up, get it lit. We have a lot of fun. We talk a lot of trash. We connect and have a lot of fun there as well. So please go to the Discord and join the Discord if you can. Also, we game on this channel too. So if you pop up and you see your boy playing Street Fighter or Madden or something like that, come on and join in there as well. So we have a lot of fun doing that as well on here too, when my schedule allows, and my schedule is crazy. I'm just telling you right now, everybody knows that, okay? So we have a lot of fun, but we'll continue these shows. Also, if you're new and you want to get on the show a bit earlier, you can call in 515-602-9639. That is the number. It'll stay the number for forever, all right? You can call in about 10 minutes before the show starts, and my lines are open, so all you'll have to do is wait on the line, and you'll be able to get in a little bit earlier. That's the little trick that everybody kind of does, okay? They call in super early, and then they just wait until their time is to come up, and you'll get in, fairly early. So salutes to everybody. Lot of fun tonight. Had a lot of good times. We'll continue again to do these shows. So salutes to y'all. Salutes to NY Jets FL. NY Jets says, Joe, as always, great show. Callers and the Savages in the chat. Salutes, man. Salutes. Again, I want to thank you for joining me, man. I really love doing this to connect with people. It's always fun. Edward Stewart, salutes to you. Anthony, salutes to you as well, my friend. Just salutes to everybody in the chat, everybody that called in tonight. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that came by and just spoke on anything. Salutes to Mac as well. Good to see you in here. He says, I'm with you, Joe. Keep investing in the O-line. Beef, beef, beef. That's what I'm talking about. We got to protect Zach Wilson up front. We must, protect him. Again, salutes to Edward Stewart. Salutes to the proverbial life. Good to see you in here as well. Salutes to you, my friend. Salutes to all my guys, Venom G's. Salutes to just everybody that came on by, man, and just said what's up. Salutes to Mr. Magic. Good to see him in here. Nathan Colgrove, salutes to you, my friend. Just salutes to everybody again that stopped by. Ant, everybody that just came on by and just said what's up to your boy. Budget and D, Niners gang. How about them Jets? Salutes to y'all, man. Salutes to everybody. Christopher Phillips as well, coming in early, man. Salutes to y'all. Really enjoy talking to y'all. That's why I do this. Really enjoy connecting with people, man. I really, really do. So I'm going to get on out of here because my schedule is crazy and I got to go. All right. So listen, be safe out here, people. Okay, be safe. A lot of crazy things going on in the world. I don't know what's going on, but people are getting, a little cuckoo. All right. Little bats in the belfry. All right. Be careful out here. Okay. Be very, very careful. All right. Be careful. Be safe. Sit down. Enjoy those times with your friends and your family. Sit down. Watch a little TV. Watch a little, eat a little good food and enjoy yourselves. Okay. Enjoy yourselves and enjoy those moments with the ones that you love. Okay. That's what matters. Making moments with people that you love and letting them know that you love them. That is huge. That is huge. All right. So I'm going to get on out of here. Again, salutes to NY Jets FL. It's always good to see you in here, my friend. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? We just going to keep doing our thing here and having a lot of fun. So again, I'll let you guys know when I'm going to do my next show. Please follow me across, again, all my social media platforms. That's where I put out all my stuff. And also, I want to say this before I go, but new callers, when you call in, I can see you, okay? If you call in and hang up, I'm telling you, you'll never get on the show. Just be patient, wait your time, and you will get on. All right, be patient. I get to everybody. All right, so I'm going to get out of here. Schedule's crazy. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe out there, people.